Greetings, fellow Webermaniacs. This is the Webermania itself. Welcome back to a brand new video. In honor of the 100 Years of Honor Summer Camp Program theme for the Buckeye Council, I'm going to be doing, for each day, a specific moment that I enjoyed from Camp Algonquin and one of the traditions we have done. So this is day one of day 5. Day 1 of 5, we're going to be talking about Thunderbird Hill. The Thunderbird Hill speech, the Thunderbird Hill is the highest point in Seven Ranges for Camp Algonquin, and it's the highest point in Carroll County. It reaches up to 1,381 feet above sea level, and you can actually see 3 states up there. You can see Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. There are unique key parts about Thunderbird Hill that include the pine trees. There are specifically 3 of them. And the original chaplain, by the name of Bernie Myers, who I'll discuss later on, actually created the 3 Pines talk. Bernie Myers was the chaplain for both Tuscaloosa and Seven Ranges. He did his final Vespers in July of 2003. He sadly passed away in April 2004, shy of Easter, at the age of 96. Some of his contributions go above and beyond council office, beyond Buckeye Council, being Jamboree staff. And his story as chaplain goes, his story on being on staff was unique. One year he was asked by people to be on staff, and he decided to call his wife over the landline, which was back in the day. Expecting a no, Bernie gave his wife the story going on, and then from the other end you could hear the words "Heavens, yes." Without that, we wouldn't have a lot of dedication from Bernie. He was an Eagle Scout. He got it in the 1920s and received it from Lord Baden-Powell, either in New York or Detroit. And then also Bernie Myers had a lot of dedication as part of the camp staff. He was a chaplain, as I said, and he really meant a lot to the camp. When he passed away in 2004, a lot of things, some of the things are dedicated around Seven Ranges. Some of them include the Stem Lodge. Originally it was a pavilion, and then there's a flagpole at Braddock's Hill that is dedicated to the service and contributions he has done. He was originally from Canton, Ohio, and he moved towards the Dover area, and he was more of a grandfather figure to all the campers, scouts, that he left an indelible mark, not only for the campers and adults, but for everyone as a whole. In 1998, he received from the Buckeye Council the Distinguished Service Eagle Scout Award. And he was a Wood Badge instructor. There are a lot of other unique parts about Buckeye Council in Seven Ranges that I would like to share later on with you guys. Thunderbird Hill. This was something that Dave Durrell, who was the original camp director, and he was a legendary staff member back in the day of Tuscaloosa, that he wanted to do the tradition of bringing first-year campers with a rock that resembled the scout spirit of the scout to the highest point in camp. At Tuscaloosa, it was Pioneer Point. I don't remember the exact height it's at, but for Seven Ranges, they decided to do Thunderbird Hill. There's a lot of unique history about the Carroll County area that Dave Durrell had to go to a library and incorporate. Some of it was mostly Native American, mostly topographical as well, so there's a lot that Thunderbird Hill has meant a lot to. one of the unique traditions that we no longer do is the Host Scout. The Host Scout was a tradition that started way back when, after the talk on the highest point, that a member of Pipestone would describe themselves traveling far and wide and reminding the campers of to fulfill fulfilling the requirements of Pipestone on Friday. That is one of the major things that I enjoyed as a first-year camper, was the Host Scout on Thunderbird Hill. For those that don't know, I am a 2-year camp staffer, member on camp staff. I am a legacy staffer, and there's a lot to share from these green hills of Carroll County. So I hope to see you guys next week, tomorrow, most likely, on the second fact or second moment for Seven Ranges Scout Reservation. As the skies are mostly gloomy, let's try to make this a positive day for everybody, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys, one of the major things that I would like to see you guys do in the comments is highlight what is your favorite moment from camp so far, from your favorite moment in camp. Was it a skit? Was it a song in particular? Was it some specific moment that made you tear up? I will give you mine personally at the end of this special video, of the special challenge, okay? So please like, comment, and subscribe to the Weber Mania YouTube channel. It really helps out. We are nearing 100 subscribers, and it really means a lot to go this far. And I really hope that the more that I share with you guys about not only my journey in scouting, which will be most likely the 100 subscriber special, that I will impart how I became literate in it. And you'll probably figure out what I mean by literate. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the Weber Mania YouTube channel. It really means a lot. And I hope to see you guys on the trail. Take care, guys. Welcome to behind the scenes of my Thunderbird Hill talk for the 2025 summer camp theme day 5-day challenge. So as you see right now, I am hiking up the Thunderbird Hill trail. This is something that, as I said in the video, first-year campers are required to do, just to understand just to look at camp more. And there's a lot of unique stuff that happens in these woods that really stand out. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. One of the major things that I like about Thunderbird Hill that I didn't get a touch on is a unique story that one of our fine staff members have shared. If you've attended this year's summer camp at Seven Ranges and hiked up Thunderbird Hill, or attended Thunderbird Hill Vespers in a unique manner, you will learn about a man by the name of Bernie Myers. Bernie was the original chaplain. He's one of the first chaplains of Seven Ranges. He created the Three Pines talk that he would often ask scouts, what do those 3 pine trees represent to you? It is up to the scouts' imagination to find out what they mean. It could be the 3 states, the 3 fingers, 3 parts of the oath, or the 3 highest mountains in scouting you can go for: Star, Life, and Eagle. One of the things is that when he passed away, he passed on the talk, when doing the talks, to a man by the name of Mike. For those purposes, For these purposes, his last name will be left out, but those who know him will remember the specific moment that when shortly after Bernie's passing, as Mike was doing the talk, he saw an eagle flying to one of the 3 pine trees, and he noticed that the eagle landed on a weak branch on that pine tree. And that, more or less, it fell until it grabbed onto a stronger branch. To Mike that day, it meant that Bernie was there telling him, "You got this." As we're nearing Thunderbird Hill, let us be mindful of the journey that has brought us up here. And greetings, fellow Ubermaniacs. This is the Ubermania itself, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is a 2-parter for you guys. So I missed Tuesday, and I'm going to be touching base with you guys on not only Tuesday and Wednesday, but that's basically the point for the 100 Years of Honor 5-day challenge. If you guys like what you see what I'm doing, make sure you hit subscribe and share the video. Like it, helps me a lot, big time. So without further ado, for Tuesday, one of my favorite things that I've enjoyed about is Hutch's Run. As a camper, I've enjoyed doing this week 6, which was with my old troop, and they did a special little bragging right where if you completed which is like racing against the program director at the time, Gavin Jones and Ed Wigton. Shout outs to those individuals. But more or less, the legacy about Hutch's Run continued when I was on camp staff, when I started my camp staff journey in 2023. And I did the run, and then I did the Hutch's Run just last night, and it's completely whipped out, but my responsibilities still are intact. Anyways, so that was Tuesday. For Wednesday, it's OA day, hence the sash and my special shirt that you can't probably see right now because of the sun, but once I get into a clear shade, I will show you a bit better. So, Order the Arrow Day for 7 ranges is always on a Wednesday, and this is the special shirt. Limited run, I believe, at camp, but mainly Order the Arrow. Sometimes just to wear your sash if you're a member of the Order of the Arrow, make sure you're wearing it respectively, with or without your field uniform. Then also you have chapel service, and then the OA callouts themselves, which leads to the special social in between. If you like what you see about the seven ranges camp staff, make sure if you are in the Buckeye Council or near the Buckeye Council and you're still interested, make sure you go to the council website. I will leave a link to that in the description down below. This will most likely, there's an interest form. And it might ask a little bit about yourself, what you like doing, and what program areas you're interested in. Otherwise, this has been the Webermania signing off. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you stay up on everything that the Webermania has to offer. Take care, guys.